I wish I could, like, teleport to small aetherites on the map rather than having to actually go to one. You're a fair person here. Where are they up here? They might be up here. Ah, there it is. Well, I guess nothing of mine is messed up. That's cool. Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude. Yeah, should have guessed that this dirtbag was going to do something nefarious. He's gonna fucking cheat. Little asshat. I hope we get to fight him as a boss sometime so I can kill him. Arrogant, warmongering prick. Man, I would love for that thing to open and like Xenos to come walking out and just kill the two of them. Good. One less of them to deal with.
Shall we then?
Yes, we shall. Do, 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 do.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatonaton. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along wending roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition. My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Put the road hook, build a road hook. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't like that song.
Well, well. It's become a proper town. Hey!
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny?
Larceny.
They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness.
Still kicking up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated... Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right... Now, run along. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply strut for good measure. I'll have...
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd.
Stinian.
Talk is rife, there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And what brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see. Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Yeah, basically. Texas intensifies. No, come on. You gotta be able to jump up there. This is why Dragoons need, like, a placeable jump. So I can just pick a spot and jump to it, because I'm a Dragoon. Dragoon shouldn't have to use stairs like regular people. Yeah, seems cool so far. Right? Getting to sightseeing spots or even just like being able to get out of ways of AoEs. 'Cause we used to, at least I don't think we do anymore, but we used to have an ability to like jump backwards, reset aggro, and land in a spot, but it's like I'd want that, but like I could jump forward without having to target something. I like that my glowing weapon gets to stay even in cutscenes. Glad they never patched that. Every time I like stop playing this game and come back after like not playing for a while, I'm always afraid that they're gonna patch it finally. Yep. But it's always good. Which, I mean, also doesn't surprise me, too, because, like, of all the things to have as, like, a glitch and stuff, like, the ability to have your weapon glowing on your back, like, doesn't affect anything. Doesn't damage the game, doesn't allow you to do things you can't do. And honestly, it's something that should just be a feature by default. I shouldn't have to like make a macro to have two actions trigger at once just to get it to happen. That's probably why they keep it around. But I'm hoping with the stuff they're getting ready to like change and do with the X-Pack that maybe that'll be like the permanent feature. You just allow you to have your weapon glow. This way. Yeah, I hope so. Although, I am a little worried about the whole, like, hey, we're gonna give you, like, drops from, like, dungeons to where you can, like, change how some of your abilities look when you do them. Instead of swinging this way, you'll swing that way, and, like, all that stuff's gonna be locked behind, like, extremes. Which I don't like doing. It's gonna be real disappointing. And I'm a little apprehensive about the battle changes. Like, on the one hand, it sounds cool, but on the other hand, I don't know. I'm afraid it's going to change too much about the Dragoon. It's not going to feel like the Dragoon I like. Right. Like if they spread it out to where you can get some from regular, some from the middle point they're talking about, and some from extremes, then it's like, well, okay, I can at least get some. Instead of just like, no, you need to do all the hardest content or buy it, I would be really disappointed if that's how they choose to go. Because I do like the idea of changing the way your jumps look, or how you swing your great sword, or something, I don't know. Because I'd be all for, like on the Machinist, changing that one action you have where you do like the with like that big crossbow gun. You do like the little like cone sweep with it, where you shoot a bunch of shots in like a cone, and have it be like a Gatling gun where you do a little burst or something. Yes, but like the new classes are only going to be in the new mode, though. So like, what if one of the new classes comes out? I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, like changes something like that. So it's still the same effect, but instead of the, oh, I'm going to do this crossbow sweep, it's big Gatling gun. Because that's in the game. There are plenty of enemies we fight that have big machine gun like arms and stuff. So having to do that and go shooting something like that. Or instead of the like chemical throw where you throw a grenade and it like blows up in a cone for the gas or something. I don't know. Or even like a costume for the robot. That Queen's Guard thing that we like someone who runs forward and does stuff. Changing the way that looks or something. I don't know. Would be cool. Or like, I'm not really sure what I'd want for the Dragoon. Yeah. I guess something I would want for Dragoon is like eventually to have like another ability we can use during like that the red mode. My friend can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. But like when we have that mode activated, allowing us to get like dragon wings and kind of turn into like what Estinian got to turn into when we like fought him as a boss, where he was like half Nidhogg, where he's like a dragon knight thing going on, having us pop out wings or something, or something. I don't know. Yeah, or even just like if it's not Nidhogg, like having us take on an aspect of fuck, I can't remember his name, the father of all the dragons. Since he kind of was like helping us out to try to put down Nidhogg because he was going out of control. Or something. Yeah. Like having us like when we turn on the Eye of the Dragon to do the star dive and the not the Gerskogel, but the one that like what Gerskogel upgrades to, and have us giving us like a Nidhogg avatar form. Just temporarily. Just while that mode, instead of having the glowing or the red dragons, we get like we turn on to like an aspect of Midgard. And then when that mode turns off, then it disappears. And maybe change the way those effects look or something. Or you can stick with like the regular red. I don't know. It'd be cool. I don't know. Yeah. I also... Like, one thing I'm really super hoping for, and it's not for any class I play, but a good friend of mine is a summoner main. And he quit the game because they just kept fucking up the summoner and not making the summoner any fun because it's not a summoner. You're not a summoner. You're just a mage who conjures up minions who don't even really look like the primals you're summoning. So if they do something for that class to be like, you summon, instead of just be like, oh, here's aspect of Titan, or here's aspect of Ifrit, or aspect of Garuda. It's just like, no, here's a mini Garuda. And not it be like, oh, it pops up and there's a big attack and then it goes away, but just like change the way the minions look to be like it's a tiny Garuda, or it's a tiny Titan, or a tiny Ifrit. Give us, another summon pet for Leviathan and Shiva and Bahamut. Let us actually let him summon stuff, because then maybe he'd come back to the game. I don't know. It would be cool. There's a lot they could do to change up some of the cosmetic aspects. Also, excuse me. Change the way you hold your greatsword as a Dark Knight. Allow us to Dark Knight like Nightmare from Soul Calibur. Not that we need the big crazy arm, but to take the greatsword and just hold it in one arm behind us while we have our other arm held out in front of us, and we just swing that greatsword around one-handed and just slam it down like a Dark Knight, like a Soul Calibur Dark Knight. That would be super cool. And it wouldn't change anything. You'd be still all the exact same swings, but have it as stance held out behind us, or where we drag it across the ground like Guts does with his big great sword and swinging around with one hand. Or like Artorias, oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, I might play Dark Knight again. Although I'm still really gun-shy to tank, but... yeah, that'd be cool too. I don't know if there's anything I'd want for, Warrior, though. Yeah, I don't know what I would do with Warrior. Which is weird because, I've played Warrior more than, Dark Knight or Machinist, technically. I can't think of anything I'd want for a Warrior. Oh yeah, that's my... But I don't know. I guess maybe, like a glowing eye effect, maybe. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. I don't really know. Warrior's pretty solid in my opinion. I want more abilities, but animation-wise, I don't know. I definitely want more idle animations. Like the ones we've got are cool and all, but like giving us more options for like when we're idle with our weapon out would be nice. And I'd like, yeah, that's true. I guess for warrior, like I would change the way the fell cleave animation would be, because I always like it's cool, but I always thought like fell cleave was weird, where you swing the axe and then these two saw blades that materialize from out of nowhere crisscross. It's like I'd rather just swing the axe and have it grind into him and pull it out. Swing it again and have it grind into him like you're grinding a chainsaw into something. Just as you drag it across them or something. Would be pretty cool or something like that, I feel like. Yeah, definitely changing the way the automaton queen would look would be one of the first things I'd want to do. Yeah, you could do all sorts of weird tech stuff. Like let me, instead of like the drill, let me shoot a laser. Just a quick little like laser shot or something would be cool. Like, make the bioblaster like green flamethrower instead of like this toxic gas that'd be like a toxic flame. Just be green flames. I don't know. We already talked about like the auto crossbow being a Gatling gun, doing just shooting a little barrage or something would be cool. Or even just like spread shot. If they want to keep the auto crossbow, let spread shot be the Gatling gun. Just a little Gatling gun sweep instead of just my pistol rapid fires temporarily as I shoot. would be ideal. Yeah. I mean, I guess if that's the case, then yeah, doing like a Gatling gun for the auto crossbow would be cool. But yeah, definitely giving us like a Midgard Sormer whenever we like a Gerskogul into Nostrand and Stardiver while that's going. Well, let me get an aspect of Midgard Sormer. That'd be cool. I am going to appreciate, though, having less buttons to deal with. Not that I have that many. Like, I just got my first page, and then I have my, AoE page with, buffs. But it will be kind of nice that I could just have the true thrust, and then just hit this button over and over and over. Because it goes true Lance Heaven, upgrades or whatever. Or to go, true Lance Heaven, Fang, wheeling into the upgraded true, just on the same button. Because then I could take, the Doom Sonic Corthin and just put it on freaking triangle here. And just have those two buttons. Just a triangle for my AoE, circle for my single target. So I don't have to, flip between these, 2 pages over and over. And then some of the other classes having, multiple pages. And I do kind of hope that they just need to get rid of modifiers on skills that are based on, are you standing in front of them? Or to their flank? Or are you behind them? Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It's not necessary. It used to be super cool back in the day because there weren't as many, AoEs. So, like, being able to position yourself by physically moving around was a lot more feasible. Because you could just, like, okay, move over here, and then I'll move over to that side, do the thing, move behind him, do the thing, move in front of him to do the next attack. Because there wasn't nearly as many, like, oh, I'm going to place an AoE around me, and then as you run away from me, there's going to be more AoEs where you have to run away from each other, and while you're doing that, I'm going to target a cone on you. It's just, most of the time, it's like, at least for me, I ain't got fucking time to care whether I'm on the front of them or behind them or to the flank outside of, like, dodging AoEs. Like, it was cool back in the day, but it, like, there's just the AoE spam's too much now that it's, you might as well just get rid of it. Like, granted, yes, there's True North, but, like, you get 2 stacks of it and then you wait for it to go on cooldown, and if you misuse it, it doesn't last that long. I would rather just do damage. Doesn't matter where you're standing. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the new stuff. Like, I want to look at, like, the video of, like, everything, but, like, since I'm only just now reached this area in the story, I don't want to get spoiled on, like, the main story bit. So I didn't watch the keynote, I just heard people talk about it some. But it's just like, positionals are so stupid. Especially when, like, there's a bunch of classes who don't care about positionals. So it just feels like you're getting punished for playing a class that has positionals because you have to constantly run around, where some classes like Machinist or Black Mages just sit there and go or just blow the shit up out of them. I do like the idea, from what I heard, of like you get like a jump. Where you just hover in the air and then you sit up there for a bit and then land, and then while you're up in the air you take like 90% less damage. So it's just like, oh shit, this AoE's coming, boom! You just take to the skies, tank a bunch of damage, and then you land back down. Or just like avoid. I would assume it would let you dodge like pushes too. So if there's like a push that's going to push everybody out, the goon just goes, whoop, push happens, and then it lands. Because, I mean, it's up in the air. How would it get pushed? Yeah, that part sounds cool. And maybe one day I'll go back to tanking. But I don't know. I think the meta has moved past the way I like to tank, because I catch a lot of flack for it, but I don't like doing like full rune pulls. Just, man, I've been in too many dungeons over the years where tanks just like, oh, let's do a run, full rune pulls, and the healer can't keep up and we die. It's just like, yes, I understand you want to get through this dungeon faster because it's probably the 15th time you've run it today. But, like, man, I feel like people should maybe be a little less toxic about tanks wanting to just pull a group at a time. And yeah, it takes a little longer, but I'd rather guarantee we get through this versus quickness. Because, man, one of the last times I remember tanking, I went and was pulling like one little group at a time, because that's the way I want to do it, and then like the DPS kept running and pulling stuff, or the healer would run and grab them, pull them over, being like, no, we got this. It's just like, I don't tank that much. I'm not confident. I mean, I think if I were a more confident tank, it'd be a little bit easier. But like, I don't tank that often. It's just, I don't know. Now, granted, like if I were like running with a healer I knew, I'd be more up to the idea. Like if we did it, for example, I would pull a whole room because I'd be like, well, okay, I know this person. I know they're not going to get pissy if maybe I can't handle it, or they're going to be prepared for it, you know. Right. But I don't know. Also, kind of wish that red mode there was more to do. Feels kind of a waste for it to just be for Nestron and Stardiver, and then it doesn't do anything else. Not that I really miss the days of, oh, I gotta keep the combo going to keep the gauge going, you know, otherwise if the gauge runs out, I gotta start all over. Like, that shit was ass. It was cool because you were glowing the whole time, but oh man, if like, oh, transition time, oh, time to run around from AoEs up, all my shit dropped. But like, there needs to be more to the mode. Yeah. Or if it just, like, if it lasted longer or something. I don't know. I think it'd be also cool if, like, DPSs had, like, a mode they can turn on and off. I'm not really sure what it would do and why you would ever, like, turn the mode off. But I always like the idea of, like, tanks having, like, okay, in my main tank, turn the tank mode on. Oh, am I going to off tank? Turn the tank mode off so that way I'm not fighting the main tank for aggro. On that thought, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry for the delay.